Hello, everybody. Just want to give you guys a quick overview of Chapter 13, the chapter that you guys have been doing with your posters. So first thing we'll talk about is that we're going to be talking about the geography of India. Important things we need to know about are our mountain ranges to the north, our mountain ranges down at the tip of the peninsula. We need to know our rivers and our deserts. We also need to understand that this is going to be a place where early civilizations are going to start. We'll talk in this unit, we'll talk about two main empires, one about 3 centuries BCE and one that starts about the 4th century CE. Now, the topic question that we're really going to be concerned right now is how did this geography affect early settlements in India? So we'll talk about our different geographic features. The Brahmaputra River, it's a very wet area, receives lots of rain, and it is a pretty mild area. Okay, so that's going to be a place that's going to be good for settlement. Okay, next up, we'll talk about the Deccan Plateau. Now, the Deccan Plateau, there's a picture here of a normal village there. It receives a moderate amount of rain, as a rainy season, basically the summer and early fall. And that's during the monsoon season. And it is pretty warm there down in the Deccan Plateau, given its latitude. And it gets to be about 100 degrees. And when there's not rain, it gets pretty dry. Next thing we'll talk about are the Ghats, the eastern and western. Now, it gets really, 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 really wet there. More than 100 inches of rain, and temperatures are generally mild and sticky and humid, and so ranging from 60 to 90 degrees. Okay, a lot of times you think maybe like almost like a Floridian type weather. Okay, next up we have the Ganges. The Ganges River receives a good amount of rain a year, probably averaging around 50 inches of rain. And it is going to be pretty warm in that region right over here, with similar temperatures to that of the eastern and western Ghats. Okay. Next up, we have the Himalayan mountains. This is going to be very cold and icy place at the top of the mountains, which are covered with ice and snow. Snowfall occurs from June to October, because remember, we're in the southern hemisphere here. The snow occurs actually during monsoon season because the elevation is so high. Temperatures up here never get really above freezing and can get really, really, really cold. I'm talking about like Alaska cold up there. Next thing up, we have the Hindu Kush Mountains. If you remember, I mentioned in class that this is the area where a lot of American forces had combat during the Afghan war, because it basically straddles the Afghan-Pakistan border. It doesn't receive a lot of rain or snow, 15 inches of liquid precipitation, and this season the weather really it ranges. And temperatures also range as well, depending how high up you are. It could be downright cold, and it could actually be comfortable as well, depending on the season and depending on your elevation in the mountains. Next up, we have our Indus River, and the towns really don't receive a lot of rain there, and the heaviest rains occur during the monsoon season. But it's pretty comfortable temperatures, 65 to 90 degrees. But the most important thing about the Indus River area is the Indus River itself. So it doesn't receive a lot of rain only during monsoon season, but it does have the access to water through the river. Thar Desert, it's a desert. It doesn't receive a lot of rain. It does receive some during monsoon season. Some seasons it might receive 5 inches of rain. It's not a lot. Here in New Jersey, it's not unknown to have 5 inches of rain in one bad storm. And as with a desert, you have a really, really, really big range of temperatures from low as 45 degrees to as high as 120. And that's commonplace even in deserts out west in the United States, where it could be really, really cold at night, and deathly hot during the day. And we'll see here that most of the early settlements in India, and we're actually going to talk about them later on in this unit, are going to be around the Indus River, right in this region here. Now, how did geography affect early settlements in India? Okay, the rivers, they carried rich silt from the mountains down to the plains, made the land fertile. Settlers became farmers. They made settlements, walled in, civilization starts. Deccan Plateau, down in southern India, well, some of the area there was really good for growing cotton, which would be good for making cloth and such. Now talking about the eastern and western Ghats, they were near the coast. The western Ghats is going to be wetter. Himalayas, that's along India's northern border, the highest mountains in the world. Okay, the Hindu Kush Mountains are in present-day Pakistan. The Khyber Pass is the pass is basically it's the cutout in the mountain range, which allows access from, say, like Afghanistan into the Indian subcontinent. Thar Desert, that's going to be that desert in northern India. Lots of sand dunes, lots of plant life, lots of heat. There, as in every desert, dust storms are definitely common. All right, guys, thank you very much. I hope you guys got a lot out of this real quick overview. And thank you.